Hey, welcome to the house of Vedi, the fiercest model on the internet. So, I have a very strange background today. Most of you know that I'm from the United Kingdom, or the UK, and this is the flag. This is the UK flag. The reason the UK flag is behind me is because we're going to talk about the general election.
Really?
Okay, so let's talk about politics.
Why?
Fine. Let's talk about voting. Okay, let's talk about your future.
Alright, go on.
See, that's the problem. There's a huge apathy towards it all, and I don't understand why. Because it affects absolutely everyone. It's not just the UK. I'd be having the same talk with you if I was in India, if I was in the USA, if I was in Italy, if I was in Norway, if I was in Canada, if I was in Belgium, if I was in Ireland, if I was in Azerbaijan, if I was in Bangladesh, if I was in Japan, if I was in Australia, if I was in Mexico, if I was in Greece, if I was in France, if I was in Cyprus, if I was in Spain, if I was in Germany, if I was in Portugal. The talk is the same whatever country I'm in. It's just that we've got a general election coming up. Okay, so registration for voting is over. So for the people that haven't registered, shame on you. But for the people who have, if you've had one of those cards through and if you're voting, great, fantastic. Now, if you've had one of those cards through and you think, I can't be bothered, not great. Voting is important because it shows what the nation wants. I'm not saying that a political party will definitely carry out all of their plans, but it's the importance of the vote itself. At that time, in the nation, that is what we wanted. I think there was a poll that said almost 16 million people didn't vote in the UK in the last general election. 16 million. That's massive. The population in the country is like 70 million, I think. So that's around 2/10 of the population that didn't vote. That's a huge amount of people. And people say, oh, my vote won't count anyway. That is a load of rubbish. Of course your vote is going to count. Otherwise, what are we voting for? Yes, there are some countries out there where the corruption is so high that actually the votes don't count. But in the UK, as far as I know, the votes count. Do you care about immigration? Or are you an immigrant? Yes? Then you should vote. Do you have a child or do you want to have children and you care about their education? Yes? Well, you should vote. If you care about the Nepal earthquake and foreign aid, then you should vote. Do you care about the welfare system or have you had to rely on the welfare system before? Yes? Okay, then you should vote. Are you a student or do you want to be a student in the future? Yes? Then, guess what? You should vote. Everyone has an interest in the welfare of the nation, and that's why you should vote. And if you don't have an interest in the welfare of the nation, then why are you here? Go live somewhere else. Go live somewhere where you don't have the right to vote. Go live somewhere where people are still fighting for the right to vote. People have fought in this country for the right to vote before. The suffragettes, for example, they fought for the right to vote. If the vote wasn't important, then why bother fighting for it? Look at South Africa. They've been through so much political turmoil in the entire history of their country. Loads of people there, mainly the black population of that country, fought for the right to vote. And they got it. Why do you think they fought for the right to vote if it wasn't worth fighting for? Why do you think? Why would you think that voting isn't worth fighting for? By not voting, you're basically saying, oh, I don't need the right to vote. If the right to vote was taken away from you, I'm sure you'd have something to say. We are given a choice of who we want to run our country, who we want to take care of the country's money, who we want as a representative for our nation. All of the points that I've made in this video so far are reasons of why you should vote. And I know there is the other side of the coin, the reasons of why you shouldn't vote. Some people aren't happy with the political system here. Some people aren't happy with the way we vote. Some people aren't happy with austerity. Fine. Are you doing something active about it? And I don't mean sitting there and telling your mates at the pub, oh yeah, no, I don't want to vote because there's nothing there that actually brings anything to me, and I don't believe in voting because of this political system, and yeah, that's that. Are you just sitting in the pub saying that? Or, you know, doing something politically active to change the current system? What is it? What are you doing? If you are one of those people who wants to change the system and is campaigning for it, fantastic. Keep going with it, because that in itself is important. And another thing, if you are one of those people that are not voting and not doing either of those things, either political reform or going and voting, then you have no right to complain for the next 5 years if the government does something that you don't like. Because guess what? You had no say when it actually came to voting. It's not like you have to learn all the manifestos. Oh my god, believe me, I haven't done that. You don't need to be heavily into politics to be able to vote. Actually, all you need to do is look at the different political parties on their websites and just see the bullet points of what they want to do. It's really simple. There's even a test that shows you just the policies of the parties rather than the actual political party itself. You vote for the policies rather than the party. There's no colours involved or anything like that, so you're not influenced by the colours. So I will put the links to all the different political parties down below, and I'll put a link to that test. Doesn't take long to do the test. Just what, half an hour out of your day to decide the future of your country? Yeah, I think that's worth it. And it's not hard to do once you get into the polling station itself.
A quick guide for voting. Your ballot paper may look something like this, with parties such as the Labour Party, the Conservatives, the Liberal Democrats, the Green Party, the UK Independence Party, Trade Unionist and Socialist Coalition, and other independent parties. And all you have to do is put an X in the box next to the party that you wish to vote for. The adaptations to the names of these parties do not express my view of the parties themselves and are in no way meant to harm the political standing of each party represented. It is intended to bring a comical view using wordplay to attract a wider audience. Don't sue me.
So, the polling stations open on Thursday the 7th of May from 7 AM till 10 PM. That means you have 15 hours to vote. I know this is a very different video to what I usually do, but I thought this was really important. Don't just sit on your asses and not vote. Either go out and vote or campaign for political reform. Thank you very much for watching, and for those of you that have stayed right until the end, you guys are awesome. Alright, love you lots. See you later. Bye. Two-tenths of the population. The nation. Politics